Mom's here. I'm going to start recording.
All right. Ask your questions.
Yeah, I would love to ask you some questions.
Once upon a time, Mom said.
What's the what?
Once upon a time, she said.
Oh, once upon a time, indeed. Kenny and Bernece were hanging out at the local high school.
If it was Bernese, it would be Ernece.
I know. I'm just messing with you because of last week's.
Yeah.
You told us about that.
Our high school mascot was Don and Donna's.
Was what?
Don and Donna's.
Don and
Dons,
Donna's?
the guys are Dons and the girls are Donnas.
Really? And that was your mascot?
Yep. Dorsey High.
Mascot.
It was what we hit with mascot.
There was no mascot. It was the name.
What was the mascot? We didn't have one.
I don't think so.
So the name of the high school was what?
Dorsey High.
Dorsey High.
Rodeo Road in Los Angeles.
Huh.
I think that Rodeo's been changed to Martin Luther King Boulevard now.
No, it's
No, it's Obama Boulevard or something.
What boulevard?
Obama.
It's got changed to Obama Boulevard?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Sorry.
Mom got on their Facebook page and they said, there's never been any white people going to this high school.
Mom said that?
No, the high school, the kids, the people on the Facebook. Mom said she went there and they said, you couldn't have, there's no white people ever went here.
Hmm. Oh, that's funny. Well, back in the day,
back in the day, there were a lot of Orientals. Our
a lot of
neighbors,
what?
Orientals,
Oh, really?
Chinese. Yeah, because there was a lady next door to Mom.
Oh,
We lived right
Called
there.
Mrs. Song.
Mrs. Song.
Her husband was an artist for Mattel Toys.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Now it's worse. When you lean forward, it's worse. Lean back again.
I said.
Ah, there we go.
Lean back here.
Oh. He said he was an artist for Mattel Toys.
An artist for Mattel Toys?
Yeah.
That's
You
who
know how the
Dorsey
toys-
was?
So the toys are
No,
painted.
the next door
husband.
neighbor,
Next door neighbors.
the grandma's apartment house.
Oh, you
husband
lived
is
next to
Chinese lady.
someone. I'm
What's that?
confused. I'm confused. You lived next to
lived
someone who
next
was an
to-
artist for Mattel Toys.
Yes. And he lived next door to my mom and dad in that
Okay.
apartment house.
When you were a kid.
Well, no, because we moved in, dad bought an apartment. And there was four families in the building.
I'm sorry, guys, but you're really just cutting out. I don't know what's going on with your audio.
I don't know what to tell you.
Here, you're fine.
Let me see. Well, sometimes if you lean forward, it cuts out.
We use it all the
Over
time.
here.
Our other meetings never had any trouble.
Well, this is not like our other meetings now, is it?
No, same computer though, so why should it be different?
That's true. I don't know. Okay, so
Question number one. Okay.
yeah, we got to get to the questions, but I'm really curious about this artist from Mattel Toys living next to Mom in their apartment house. I don't understand what that has to do with high school and the Don and Donnas.
Mom said there was a lot of Orientals living in the neighborhood. We said there was a Chinese lady living next door, and
Husband
her husband worked
And
for
kids.
Mattel Toys.
and
Oh.
kids.
Okay.
They lived in the same building we were in too.
You know,
Oh,
shortly after we got out of the Air Force, we moved in an apartment 2 doors down.
My
okay.
mom.
Nowadays, we call people from that area of the world Asians.
Right.
Oriental, exactly.
They say Asians now. Big thing on the news right now, man.
Yes. The Asian attack in Atlanta, Georgia, on those sex massage parlors.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah. Sad. Sad state
All
of
right, we're
affairs.
ready for your question.
Okay.
You know, when Dennis is going to kindergarten and that first grade, the kids were all Oriental. So he would not wear short sleeve shirts.
Really?
Yeah, because he was too white.
And they would tease him? Or he just
I-
felt
I
uncomfortable?
don't think, he just saw them all for the longest time. We couldn't figure out why he wouldn't wear short sleeve shirts. And finally it turned out that his skin was white compared to the other kids.
There were that many people from
A
Asia,
lot
huh?
of, lot
Oh,
of,
yeah.
lot of Oriental, we call them, Asians, whatever.
The whole
said-
neighborhood for blocks and blocks.
Huh.
That didn't bother me. Well, the one next door to us was Chinese, wasn't she?
Yes.
The other one was Japanese. We had,
Wasn't Frank Japanese?
Yes.
And he
That's
lived
why
there?
I have a strong liking for Japanese people. I mean, Frank was wonderful, taking care of us over the
Yeah.
years.
And that was in LA?
Well, the whole story is that, you know, the Japanese got interned during the breakout of World War II. They put them in internment camps. Anybody that lived along the Pacific coast. And my dad had his restaurant in Idaho, and they had a program where someone would sponsor him outside of California, and then they would let him go there instead of having to go to the internment camp. So my dad took on Frank, had him come and work for him in Twin Falls. And
Oh.
so he didn't have to go into, he didn't have to go in the internment camp.
And the internment camps were on the coast of California?
No, they're taking people from the coast of California and putting them in. You know where Lone Pine is over on the eastern side of the Sierras?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They had an internment camp over there, and there was some in Arizona.
Hmm. Interesting.
So that's how Frank ended up with the family. And then he went overseas with a Japanese battalion during World War II. And when grandma or mom was close to passing away, my dad went and sent a letter through the Red Cross saying, "Mom's about to die. Can you come home?"
Oh.
They flew him back from Europe. And she kind of made a deathbed request of him to help take care of us, because she was going to be gone.
Wow.
So he stuck with the family all his life.
Wow.
And that's how we ended up in California, is because he moved back to California because his family was out here. He talked grandpa into moving us to California.
Oh, because Frank's family was in California.
Frank's family, California.
Huh. And you were born in Twin Falls, weren't you?
I was born in Twin Falls, right?
Yeah. So Frank was around since the time you were a baby?
Well, probably about 7, 8 years old, I guess, in that area.
When your mom passed away.
I was 8 when she passed away, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Wow.
I
Well,
remember when he came back from overseas though, because they were rationing sugar and stuff during World War II. You couldn't hardly buy any gum or anything like that. And he brought back a bag full of gum, dumped it on the floor, went
Bubble
crazy.
gum.
Bubble gum stuff. Crazy.
all you kids went crazy.
Well, I did.
Well,
Bobby and I lived with Aunt Elsie, and David lived with Aunt Violet.
Huh. Why?
when I was
Weird.
that age,
What's that?
Why did David live somewhere else?
I don't know, he was pretty young. He was only a year and a half old when she died, so
But how come he didn't keep you all you guys together?
I guess the aunts decided to split us between them.
Huh,
We only lived with my Uncle Merrill for about a year and a half, and then he told my dad he didn't want us around anymore.
that's
And
nice.
he got sent off to a farm in Idaho with a lady named Franny.
Franny, who had no relation to you guys at all.
Relationship, I guess. My dad must have paid her money to take care of us.
And where did
That's
your
where
dad go?
he was building a resort type place at a place called Thousand Springs, Idaho. And invested all his money into that
Hmm.
after selling. And they ended up losing it all. And that's when we moved to Caldwell, Idaho.
When you moved to California.
We moved to California later.
So
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm just confused with the timeline. You were born in Twin Falls.
Right.
Then,
And about 8 years old, just about probably 7.5 or 8, my dad took grandma to the LDS hospital in Salt Lake City because she was dying of cancer. We
and
all,
this was Ella.
no,
Oh,
Eva.
I'm getting confused. Yeah, your mom's Ella, Mom. Then wait, don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's Herbert married Eva.
Correct.
That's right. So Eva, he took Eva to this hospital in Salt Lake.
LDS hospital in Salt Lake, and that's where she passed away at. But at the same time, when he took her there, we went to our aunt's. I and Bobby went to Aunt Elsie's. And David went to Aunt Violet's.
Huh. And Aunt Elsie lived where?
Well, first it was a place called Murray, Utah. It was a chicken farm we lived on. And I got the chore of breaking out all the chicken poop out from underneath the roofs.
Nice.
I hated it because I felt like the lice were crawling on me.
Ew, there was lice in there? That's nasty.
But anyway, he raised that and we lived there for a while. And then they bought a home in Kentucky on Kentucky Avenue in Holiday, Utah.
Huh. Who bought a home?
Aunt Elsie and Uncle Merrill bought a home there.
Okay. And then you moved there?
Yeah, we were living with them, so we moved over there.
Okay.
They didn't have any children at the time, and then Claudia, my cousin, was born while we were living there. I remember her being as a little baby, they giving her a bath in a bassinet thing, little plastic tub type thing.
Huh.
So we see
Interesting.
them in Las Vegas when we go down there all the time. We visit with her.
Oh, Claudia.
Claudia, yeah,
The one in Vegas was your cousin who
right,
you lived with when she was a baby because you lived with Aunt Elsie when Mom died. Your mom died.
correct. Well, before she died, I was living with her when she died.
She was sick with cancer.
Right.
Hmm.
I remember I was in a room playing with a bunch of little building blocks, and they came in and told me she died.
Wow.
I jumped. I'm emotional.
You shoved all the chairs over.
Shoved all the chairs over and kicked the blocks across the room.
That's what you did?
When they told me she had died, yeah.
Hmm. You were really angry about it, huh?
Yeah.
Must have been really hard. I can't even imagine.
So we lived with them for about a year and a half, and then Pop bought a restaurant in Caldwell, Idaho, and we went there and lived.
You and Bob or Robert
And David,
and David came back together with you guys.
right, yeah.
And at that point, you were what, like, how old?
Yeah, probably about 11 years old.
Huh.
We lived there until 15, and then that's when we moved to Los Angeles.
Hmm.
About a year later, I met Mom.
At Dorsey High
Yes,
in economics class.
no, through my girlfriend.
I told
School.
you, we met at my dad's restaurant. She was gonna go to MIA with us to practice dance.
Oh yeah, and Mom saw your backside as she came into the diner.
My ducktail haircut.
Oh yeah.
So I saw him sitting on a stool.
I'm gonna marry that guy.
Really? That's what you thought when you saw him from the back in his
Yeah.
ducktail hair?
Yeah,
Huh. How did you know? I don't get that.
I don't know.
You just knew? But you were so young.
Fun.
15?
16.
16.
Or 15. It was 15.
We were running around about a year before I went to the Air Force.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's cool. And everyone knew you as Kenny and Bernece, high school sweethearts.
Yep.
Right? That's cool.
And we,
Well, I was dating somebody else
At the time you saw Dad,
before I met him.
what was his name?
Um, I think that he's passed away.
he's no longer living.
He passed away.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
He passed away when he was, I'm not sure. I didn't know he died till I saw his daughter put something on genealogy about her father dying.
Hmm. What was his name again?
Can't remember.
Oh.
All of a sudden,
Really important guy in her life.
Yeah, he must have been. This is the guy that you were dating when you met Dad,
yeah.
and then you dumped him?
Well, then I started going out with, he wanted a little bit more from me than I was going to give.
Oh, he was a bad guy.
Yeah,
Hmm. He was pushing your boundaries.
yeah.
That's
Kinda
not
big.
good.
Amazon delivering our package.
Amazon.
I
there.
did take care of that guy if he was trying to push my mom's boundaries. I would have busted him up. Did you fight him, Dad?
I never knew him.
Oh. Well,
He's
it's
a
a good
good
thing.
kisser, though.
What's that?
He's a good kisser.
He was a good kisser. Wait a second.
So his dad.
So his dad, that's good.
Dad had to practice with pillows.
He did.
Yeah. I had never kissed anybody but your mother.
Yeah.
Never kissed any other girls at all. I used to practice with my pillow kissing it.
That's funny. Do you remember when you kissed Mom first? Do you remember that moment?
I don't really remember the exact.
We went to the drive-in, remember?
Oh, I guess that's, yeah, we went to the Rhodium Drive-In.
And Bobby says, you got to sit over on the right side.
Why do you have to sit on the right side?
He said all the women had to sit on the right side. Well, I never went out with any other women, so I don't know why he said it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Next to you.
Oh, Bobby, you don't know your Uncle Robert that well. He's very domineering.
Yeah. Interesting. So he made you sit on the right side.
And he says,
Well, you're driving, so how could I sit on the left?
Oh, that's true.
now when we're in the movie though, he's telling
Oh,
he used to sit in the back seat as I recall. Probably went with us a few times when we started going by ourselves. We
Yeah.
had the best chili dogs we've ever eaten.
At the drive-in theater, huh? It was
Rhodium.
called the Rhodium?
Rhodium.
Interesting. So what car were you driving?
A gangster car.
A gangster car?
It was a Suburban 1930 something or other.
Wait a second, a Suburban? Really?
Well, it was like a SUV type.
That's cool. Was the Chevy or Ford?
A Chevy or a Plymouth. I think it was a Chevy, yeah.
Huh.
It
So
ended
you
up burnt.
so you parked at the drive-in and then you sat in the back seat to watch the movie?
Right.
And then you leaned over and kissed mom during the movie?
That's what she says. I don't remember.
He fell asleep.
He fell asleep before or
Yes.
after he kissed you?
I don't know,
I
right?
was, I was so memorized that I just went to sleep.
Oh my goodness. That's
I,
insane.
I don't know. I used to fall asleep when we would date.
That's funny. But who made the move first, though? Did you try to kiss him, mom, or did dad kiss you?
Oh, he kissed me. Bobby says you sit over here on the right because that's where he always kisses the girls. And you don't remember.
I never kissed any of the girls. Never went out with any others.
Did you hold hands first, though, at least?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So we went to the dance
We went
class.
to dance and danced. Dance
Oh.
practice at church.
This was before your kiss date?
Yeah. It was the night that I met her. MIA was that night. That's what they called young men, young women back then was MIA.
Oh,
Mutual Improvement
And
Association.
they had dance
Mutual
practice after.
Improvement Association.
Yeah,
Right.
MIA.
And
Interesting.
they had ballroom type dance practice after after we had our meeting.
Oh,
And that's when this girl that I knew at school, she wanted to come with us and asked if she could bring her girlfriend's mom. They brought her by the restaurant to meet me before we went to MIA that night.
oh, cool. So you weren't a member of the church, but your girlfriend was, mom.
Well, she wasn't a member
He
either.
wasn't a member
But
either.
how were you going to MIA then if you guys weren't members?
He wanted to go with me because of the ballroom dancing.
You
Oh.
can go. You don't have to be a member.
How did you find out about it though, mom? Like, how did you guys, you must have had friends that were members, or you did.
I had been going to the church since I was 10,
Oh, that's right.
her family.
But she wasn't going at the time we met.
So you went to the diner to see dad before you went to MIA that night to check him out?
No, I think.
I think Betty Gillespie was her name. She wanted to bring Bernece by, her mom by, to meet me before we went to the.
Oh,
And Betty wasn't a member either, but Betty had heard about it. I guess we were talking. I told her about this ballroom practicing. And she wanted to go, and she said, "Can I bring a girlfriend with me?" And that's when she brought mom. That's
Betty. So we should be grateful for Betty Gillespie.
All right.
She's the matchmaker. You right, mom? Little cough going on?
The teacher was my science teacher at junior high.
Oh, was your science teacher?
Yeah.
That's funny. So then you guys danced at the ballroom, like learning thing afterwards?
Yeah.
And then dad was like, hey, you want to go out?
And we started dating after that. I don't remember.
Yeah. That's fun. Well, we're like over a half an hour now, and we haven't asked any of the questions. But we will call this just like it was just a open forum of thoughts and stories. Next time we'll ask questions. We'll go. I had the questions pulled up, but your stories were so interesting. I just didn't get to the questions. So
You need to sit up. You look like you're shrinking into the.
all right. Well, this was very cool. I learned a lot.
All right.
I'm going to upload this again to YouTube. Debbie said she really enjoyed listening to it, watching it.
I hope this kind of information doesn't get out to people out there, though.
It won't.
You may ask some private information. I may not want recorded on YouTube.
Give me your social security number and your credit card numbers
Yeah,
now.
right.
man. Yeah, there's no private information. What's going to happen? Do you
I
have
don't know.
something to hide? Are you a Russian spy or an English spy, like the courier?
I've always been sensitive about people trying to steal
Well,
information.
it's unlisted, so no one can like search it and find it. It's unlisted, I think. I don't think it even comes up on a search.
You'll have to give me the link so I can see it too.
Well, I did. I sent it out in the family text thread.
You know, that text stuff, I can't convert it over the computer very easily.
You don't watch YouTube from your phone?
No.
Because you can click on it and it'll come up on your phone.
Yeah.
But I'll compile them all. I'm thinking about putting them all in a specific channel. That would be probably most convenient.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
when we're all done, we'll make it into a DVD or something like that, or a thumb
All
drive.
right.
Because he never asked me how I got to California.
I know. We'll have to do that next time. All right.
We're
I
kind of
love
wandering
you.
away from what you're wanting to do. You wanted to go over those questions and we're drifting off.
No, it's perfect. It's organic. I love it. It's interesting and fun.
All righty. Love you. Talk to you later.
Okay, are we doing family Zoom later?
5:30.
Okay,
Your time and our time now.
right. We're on the same time.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Sunday night, dear.
Yep.
Okay.
Love you. I'll see you in a
See you
little
in
bit.
about
Bye.
Bye.
an hour. Bye.
Bye.